Good morning. We're looking at Gabriel again, and this time he's on his bicycle in bicycle pants and his biking shoes, and he's got some serious bicycle muscles here, the quadriceps. This is his elbow. This is the clavicle that can break if you have an accident on your bike. That's the one that goes. He's wearing his helmet. And he's got gastrocnemius here for you that are learning your muscles. Quadriceps and gastrocnemius today. And you can get serious trouble with your ankles. And, oh dear, squash ball sacks if you do too much biking. So don't do too much. But he's on his bike now in India. And he's showing us around. So let's have a look at what we were talking about with his magma bicep under Christchurch. And we've given Gabriel an extender arm with his elbow under Cook Strait. This is New Zealand. His camera's just short of Northland, which extends past the picture. We've got a few volcanoes in here that are active. We've got the capital city, Wellington. We've got a few sort of blocks there that shuffle around near Nelson. Now, Gabriel is thinking about his bicycle. And this represents a cloud of rain in a big circulating cyclone that comes through across the Tasman and whips over the central area of New Zealand to drop 50 centimetres, which is about half a metre of rain, suddenly on Nelson in 2011. And we've got Mount Cook, we've got Mount Aspiring, and down here in the middle of the picture we've got a subduction zone coming towards us, and over here we've got a subduction zone going away from us. So they're going in opposite directions. This one's bigger. And it's cracking and bending all the time. It's on the edge of the plate. Now what happens when you have water coming through a sea into an ocean is that it digs, like at Rishikesh. Can you spread it and dig it if you drop enough water through it? And it becomes a river from the sea to the ocean. What you get is a marine ravine, and that is a deep crack in between the two islands full of water. Now it becomes like an elbow in the lithosphere, so I've put Gabriel's elbow there, New Zealand's elbow is between the two thicker chunks of lithosphere, here and here with the mountain roots and the mountain roots, and we get a ravine full of water that splits the two islands. And when you put about half a metre of rain down there suddenly, I've put this two wheels there, but it's really just one wheel. It's one cloud. It's one big, huge rotating mass of air that bounces across the sea. But the big thing for New Zealand is that it can drop a lot of water suddenly on the elbow. Now what happens when you pour water on this elbow is that the flexure and the arrangement when you've got this bicep under Christchurch is that you get aftershocks. And we watched as the rainstorms came through the centre over the elbow, and we got 3 days later we got aftershocks, and then later we got aftershocks that came within a day, I think, rather than 3 days, because we had a bicep under Christchurch at the time. And that was about 2011, 2012. When after the major shock we had aftershocks, and they were related to the weather pressures and the rainfall and the volume of rain and how fast that rain fell. It fell quickly in large volumes. And again, that impacts when we get large rainstorms up to the right hand side there by the camera from the tropics, when that lands on the plate edge where it's subducting. Now, where his hand is, Tolaga Bay gets earthquakes every day, and that's because as the earth crust on this side bends, it ruptures and fractures and creates a large area of lithospheric roll down underneath this island, and it cracks and cracks and cracks all the time. So Gisborne to Tolaga Bay is always getting little jolts from the earth's crust. It's on the move all the time, and it's pushed by seafloor spreading. So that's getting tiny little earthquakes. They're pretty standard. They're not big Marrakesh type ones, they're just little ones. And it's because when you bend the crust, it has to fracture. And it has to bend, and so it makes a bit of a noise, and it has little ruptures all the time. So that's always on the go, but they're little ones. This one, when it came through, was a big one. Alright, they're different types of situations, and that's a nice sort of arrangement with Gabriel Traveller to help you understand it. Okay, go kids.